Hello and welcome to today's video. My name is Shelly and I am an inclusion specialist and the principal consultant at Taboshi Inclusive. We are a general inclusion consultancy based in Botswana, the most peaceful country in the world. Hello and welcome to one more video, and thank you very much for watching, taking your time to watch video. I know it doesn't come cheap. Your time is very, very precious, and I know that you want to invest your time in things that will benefit you. Hence today I made this video. In this video we're going to discuss inclusion consulting, types of inclusion consulting, so that maybe you might want to find your space within this. Maybe you are unemployed. I have seen a lot of people who have studied special education or inclusive education and they're stuck at home. They don't have employed. They call themselves unemployed, which is the word that I hate too much. Well, by the grace of God, I am as inclusion specialist, the principal consultant in terms of inclusion and diversity at Taboshi Inclusive. And Taboshi Inclusive is a general inclusion consulting company. This is just by the grace of God. I don't want to stand here and want to claim or want to claim that I am better than you. I have struggled in terms of starting a career in inclusion consulting, and I have struggled in as much as you might be struggling, but at least you are lucky. You have found somebody who have walked the road. So I just want to take you in this route. I just want to shed you some light. I hope I'll be very, very useful. I mean, this video will be very, very useful to you, and then indeed I will be able to shed some light to you. And I hope from what I'll be saying, you will see the light at the end of the tunnel, especially if you are at home, you are stuck, you are calling yourself unemployed. I want you to change that narrative today, especially if you have done inclusive education or you have done special education. I want you to move from that narrative altogether, because as a special educator or as a qualified special educationist or as a qualified inclusive educationist, you have a lot that you can do. You are unlimited. I want you to know that you are unlimited. There's so much that you can do, and I'm going to shed light. I'm not going to leave you there. I'm going to give you shed light on what you can. So now I want to go into areas in which you can consult. You can consult as a specialist in your area, like intellectual disability specialist. You can consult as an intellectual disability specialist or learning disability specialist, or you build a consultancy on that area. Or you can consult as a hearing impairment hearing impairment specialist or hearing impairment teacher consultant. You can consult on those areas. You can consult as a mental health consultant. You can consult as visual impairment teacher or visual impairment consultant, whatever that you might want to, whether you want to add a teacher and in that consultancy you can use whatever that you learned under hearing impairment specialty. You can give it. You can share knowledge, like I'm sharing knowledge. You can meet students one-on-one, help them in terms of how you were taught. You have been taught a lot of things, including mobility. So you can shed light in terms of all those things. And then apart from that, you can there's a lot that you do in terms of that you have been taught. You can do assessments, because you've been taught how to assess even intellectual IQ. I think you have been taught on how to assess intelligence. You might not have been taught that much, but you can still just beef yourself up, empower yourself, up or go to school to learn some of the little things that you didn't learn. You might learn them online or learn them through other means such as online courses, or learn them through any other means that you might find, or do those courses wherever that you can find around where you are. So what I'm basically saying is that you can consult in the area that you are. You can consult in terms of workplaces, like I was doing, looking at what people need in workplaces in terms of disability, in terms of the hearing impairment, in terms of mental health. You can collaborate with other professionals and maybe start a consultancy that will look to mental health. Mental health nowadays, it's a very big thing. And when you are there, you have done mental retardation. What is it that you don't know in as far as mental health is concerned? In as far as children with mental retardation is concerned, you can open a preschool for mental retardation, and then you run that preschool where the parents will bring their children with mental retardations. For a very long time, I was limited. I held back because I believed that people with disabilities are mainly living on handouts. That is not the truth. There are so many people with disabilities, so many families with children with disabilities who are not even willing to take their children to public schools. We have got money to cater for their children for private practitioners. So you can operate as a private practitioner and still get clients. If you think you cannot get clients, you can combine with others. You can do tutoring, for instance. You can do remediation. We are doing all those things. Of course, at the present moment, the society is still back. I mean, it's still holding back, and it's not, the market is not as lucrative as you might want to think. But what I wanted to say in this video is just to shed light, to show you that there is more that you can do than pitying yourself. I actually believe that there's a lot. Maybe you need to sit down with someone so that we can see how much there is that you need to, that you can do. I think you might not realize it, but there is so much that you can do in terms of consulting as a special education qualified person, or as an inclusive education qualified person. You can consult in so many areas, and I want to wish you good luck. And I want you to invite you to ask questions. I want to invite you to comment on this video so that I can see what are the gaps that I might need to fill maybe with the next video, so that I can cater for you. Thank you very much for watching this video. Leka moso. I'll answer all your questions and I'll attend to all your comments. And I hope this video helped you. I don't want to see you in the streets anymore. I don't want to see you pitying yourself anymore. I don't want to see you calling yourself unemployed anymore. From today, you are in transition to employment, from graduate to employment. You are working on yourself to employment. You are self-employed. You are an entrepreneur. You are an investor. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please do share our content and don't stay too far.